Good evening, traders, and welcome to another StockX post-market recap where we show you our trades, how we did it, why we did it, and so forth, right? So one thing I want to start off is that it has been very tough for me recently to, get the ball rolling with these recaps. Last week was a short week, and still dealing with the holidays and the aftermath of all of that stuff, and it was just getting very chaotic. So I had a hard time getting those recaps in. But regardless, this is a new day, a new week, and a lot of things are happening, right? So, based off of last week's close, the market, we had an idea that it's very possible that we could see SPX start to rip. So, if we go back on our spreadsheet, pretty much here, so these are our past trades that we have taken in the market, okay? We swung a lot of the calls with regards to NVIDIA and all of that, and took a heavy trade there as well. Okay, so based on this, we decided to move forward. Now, the reason why we decided to take NVIDIA calls pretty much had to do with the fact that we noticed that the premiums were getting jacked. Okay, we noticed that the weekly premiums are moving. And a lot of people on Twitter, pretty much are fighting over whose levels belongs to who and so forth. But it pretty much, you can already see that based on Friday's close, Nvidia and chip stocks were pretty much moving in volume, and the premiums were also rising as well. So as a result, we decided to take over 15 contracts, swing them overnight, and we benefited off them. Although we kind of sold our 500 calls a little bit early, they went to $20. We pretty much sold at around 9 from $3, took our profits and moved forward. But the thing about Nvidia, it broke through our estimated high, which was around 520 this week, and it's very possible it could probably go to 540 if it continues to move higher this week as well. Okay, so the room went crazy today. We had a lot of winners in the room. So if we look at our own personal trades, you can see a lot of gains, definitely in the winner circle over here. Just this day alone, we managed to make over 13K in P&L from this. A lot of people in the room definitely did very well. And we called out a lot of amazing trades, right? We mentioned many times that this 4740 call can go to $15, and some people actually took that as well. So regardless about the success in the channel, and we do offer trials to prove a point, I just want to go over quickly on where I see the market moving forward. Okay, so before we get into that, I want to discuss a little bit about what happened first. So the reason why semiconductors were strong today pretty much came out with the news on NVIDIA, where they were basically, and I made a morning reel about this too, is they were started their production for their Q in their second quarter. They plan to start production for their chips to China, which basically adheres to U.S. export regulations. Okay, so when that happens, of course, you're going to see SMCI move as well. We had given a trade idea on that as well in our pre-market notes, and we shared all the levels as well with regards to that. Okay, so a lot of information here in the channel, and definitely a lot of people knew right away that the market was going to be bullish. In our market sentiment report, we did give the edge to the upside this week. And we mentioned that if we see our premiums hit, that we could see the market start to bounce. The key level for SPX today had to do with this 50-day moving average. That's where the market basically had a strong support. You can see that right over here, which this was done on a Sunday. And since it held that support, we got a pop all the way up to my estimated weekly high at 4760. Okay. So based off that bullish news from NVIDIA, we do have the CPI report coming in today, which is going to be vital for the markets. We do have the news that's going to be coming up with the overall Bitcoin and how that's going to work. Okay, So my prediction here is that because we hit this 4760 early on, if we look at pre-market futures, we're under this 4760. We're at around 4755, 4756, give or take. And I predict that between I think we're going to be remaining under 4760 for at least the next 2 days, because the important detail that I've noticed is that the bond yields are sticking around 4%. The call premiums are getting very expensive. Okay, when they do get to a certain point, what happens is that the premium put sellers come in the market, and they start to pretty much drain a lot of and decay a lot of that expensive premiums they see in SPX. So I think what's going to happen here is that we're pretty much going to see SPX. Let me get my little bit of cursor here. Okay, so I think we're going to see SPX pretty much trade in a very tight range here, which is the reason why I decided to get a little bit of puts. Okay, so it's going to be very tight around this area if we don't break above, and I think we may see a 30-point drop back into our chop range here. Okay, where the market's pretty much going to test this, because right now we see SPX is at a higher low. So that's where I see where the market's going on Wednesday. We do have the 10-year bond auction, which is going to be very crucial for the market. And then we have the CPI report. Okay, so leading into the CPI report, I think there should be a little bit of a pullback at this higher low level here. And once that clears out and we get the CPI news, we'll have greater direction in terms of where the market's going to go moving forward. So that's pretty much all that's I wanted to share. You know, we killed it today, over 13K net profits, and we got some swings overnight that I will share in the next recap. Just stay tuned for the Bitcoin news, and stay tuned for more developing updates on Boeing. We like puts on this as well, but it can definitely go to 218. Puts are very expensive on the stock. So if we do see more weakness in this sector here, we could probably see a greater pullback in the industrial side of things here. Okay, so I do expect a little bit of chop, but I think the market remains under 4760, and we may see a pullback into tomorrow. So that's all I got for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed this quick little market recap. Thanks for tuning in as always, and we'll see you guys in the next one. And like always, let's get that money.